XQC leave? Hold on, did XQC leave Twitch?
This is crazy. I don't know how to start this video. This is crazy. Streamer XQC just signed a 2-year, $100 million contract with Kick.com. This is
With
the
Kick?
biggest streaming contract, bar none. The second biggest?
What?
$50 million. He doubled it. XQC
Wait.
is officially getting paid more than LeBron James. LeBron! He's getting paid 97.1.
Hold up. Okay, so I watch a little bit of XQC. And I remember he was talking about going somewhere, but I didn't think he was actually going to go with Kick. I thought he would have gone with YouTube. But now that I think about it, I remember him having a conversation with his chat, and he was saying how like on Kick they can basically he can basically do whatever he wants, right? I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said that. What the heck?
$1 million over 2 years, which makes him the top paid player in the NBA, and XQC is making more money. That is
That's
fucking
nuts.
mind-blowing.
That is nuts.
Now, it is before you guys get on your high horse and you say, who won?
Honestly though, like streaming's harder though. Like basketball's like what? Like streaming? I mean, like, have you played a video game like LeBron? Like 1v1 me, man. 1v1 me on Russ, LeBron. Let's see who's better, right? Let's just see who's better. Give me like a year. Let me like I would 1v1 LeBron at basketball, but you know, the injury, yeah, you know, yeah, it's holding me back. But 1v1 me and Russ, LeBron. We'll see who's better. We'll see what's harder.
XQC anyway, deserved to some degree. XQC is the biggest streamer on Twitch and has been for a long time. 2020, #1 streamer. 2021, XQC #1. 2022, XQC
What about Critical Role?
#1.
I thought they made
Past
more.
6 months of 2023, #1 streamer, XQC. He's been the top dog for the past few years, and it seems like he will continue to be the top dog for the next couple years. Well, at least it seemed that way until he brought his talent over to Kick.com. Now, before we go any further, it's worth clarifying.
That's huge.
This is a non-exclusive contract.
No,
Not be locked into an
bro.
exclusive contract with the site.
Non-exclusive? Oh my god, that's huge. No wonder he took the deal. 200 million. Like before I thought it was big. But the fact that it's non-exclusive is just, that's mind-blowing.
He could stream on YouTube, TikTok, and he plans to still stream on Twitch, though not nearly as often. And the expectation is that Kick is where he primarily produces his content, which is in line with Kick's growth strategy, where they sign huge streamers to non-exclusive contracts so they can still stream on Kick and then hopefully bring the people over from Twitch to Kick over time, which has been working out for them because Kick has grown tremendously. And this begs the question that everybody's wondering: how the fuck does Kick have this much money? How do they have $100 million contract money? Because the only other
Gambling,
people who came
bro.
close to that amount of money was Microsoft, which makes sense. Microsoft has a lot of money, and even they had to shutter their windows over at Mixer because they ran out of that shit. And the answer to that? Stake. Because the person who owns Kick, or is, I believe, the majority shareholder of Kick, is...
Guys, by the way, Microsoft has so much money. They literally they just burn money. I remember I had an argument with someone. It wasn't really an argument. I was trying to tell someone how like Game Pass is not profitable, like at all. There's nothing profitable about Game Pass. And they didn't believe me because they were like, "Well, Microsoft is a business." I was like, "Microsoft is big. They're such a big business that they will burn money for like marketing, basically. Game Pass is just a way to get people to buy like Xboxes or just to get them to use their games and stuff like that." And then I kid you not, like a couple months later after that conversation, Phil Spencer came out and said that Game Pass was not profitable. And it's like, but they don't plan on changing anything about it. It is nuts how these big companies are willing to just burn money just to get more people to look at them.
Ed Craven, who is also Stake Eddie, the guy who owns or is a part owner of Stake, which has reached a global gross revenue of $2.6 billion with a B dollars in 2022, which is why they're able to afford Drake as their main advertiser in a $100 million advertising
I didn't know
contract.
Drake. Oh,
Actually
Stake.
means Drake and XQC are getting paid the same amount. Canadians on top, I suppose. And this is not just me theorizing this.
Look at Logan's
If you want,
microphone.
you
It's
can
got all
read
that cat
yourself
hair on it.
Ed Craven's
Mine's pretty
own
bad
works,
too.
because he
I
has
clean
his
it
own
like
medium where he
once
posts
every
his
2
own
months.
thoughts. And in that, he talks about why do people watch online casino games and the relationship between streaming services and casinos and how that can make casino games bigger and how you can make casino games more exciting to watch for people. And the general theory is that Kick.com is able to spend all this money because it advertises gambling. And they make a lot of money from gambling. It's just a guaranteed win. There's no way to lose because there's a house edge.
Yeah.
You're just guaranteed to make money from gambling. The larger gambling is, the more money you make. Well, how do you advertise gambling? Because you're not allowed to do it on Twitch or YouTube.
You make your own. You make your own website.
That's the general game plan.
You know, become the path you want to see. Build the path you want to see.
Slots and casinos are the most watched category on Kick, or at least they were for Q1 of 2023, and it's not really close. I mean, just chatting somewhat in the region, but all the video games are bigger, more than 10 times smaller than slots and casinos are. And this is also maybe Ed Craven's way of also fixing esports by bringing sports gambling into esports.
Whoa!
That might be the future of esports, 'cause we know that's a losing business right now. And where does sports go? They went to gambling. That's where Ed Craven thinks esports will go as well. And if you even go to kick.com, you'll see biggest.
Hold on. Do we know? Does anybody know? Because I'm not a sports ball person. But does anybody know if gambling is legal in like sports? Because like people gamble all the time. Right? People gamble all the time on like football games, basketball games. They'll gamble on like what points get made. And it's like widely known that people gamble, and that's not illegal, right? So I guess it would make sense if you brought gambling to esports, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
Slots and casino.
Ali's on? All right, I'll be on after this video.
Right now are slots and casino streamers, and that's just
people
kind of
tend
the way it goes.
to,
but that's not all it is. That's what it was maybe at the start, but there are more creators who are outside of the casino sphere that are going to Kick, and it's because they offer something nobody else can.
Okay.
A perfect creator split. A
Yeah.
95-5 split.
Dude,
all have been trashing
that's
Twitch for the past
nuts.
few months,
That is
cutting back
nuts.
from 70-30 to 50-50 and taking away creators' monies. Well, Kick is doing the exact opposite of that because, again, they seem to have this unlimited bank account they can draw from.
95-5 split is
So they can pay
crazy.
XQC $100 million to advertise to people what Kick is, and then get the smaller creators who now know about Kick, and they're like, well, if XQC will do it, maybe I can try it too. And you get a 95-5 split if you do. That seems worthwhile. And I anecdotally have seen a bunch of people who are interested in moving over to Kick. Even people like the Guards Trent, like just a Valorant player who's really good, who's thinking about going over to Kick.
Hey, money is king, you know?
Way more money.
Money is king.
Think about it. You have 100 subs, you're going to be making at least like $450 if you're on Kick, as opposed to Twitch where you're only making $250.
Yep.
That's a pretty good deal, especially if you're a smaller creator. And that's not where they're stopping, because Ed also talks about
100 subs is like an
how he
obtainable
wants to
goal
do
too.
An hourly wage paid to creators, regardless if they have 1 or 100,000 viewers, which has never been done before. It's never even been heard about before.
Shot.
Hourly to stream, no longer being
Dude,
reliant on the
everybody would
ads
stream.
or the viewers to pay for subscribers or memberships, but just getting directly paid for your hourly work is a game changer and would pull over hundreds, if not thousands of streamers to Kick.
That would be crazy.
So far, this strategy Kick's been doing seems to be working. All right, they have 5 million registered users already in just a few months, which is very impressive. They're a huge landing page. They got just 73 million people who went to their website in the month of May. But, you know, it's easy to hype up Kick. Let's not mistake. Twitch, still much bigger.
Yeah,
1.1
Twitch
billion.
still on
The
top.
big thing that Kick is missing out on is a lot of creators outside of the U.S., a lot of non-English speaking creators. Twitch crushes that right now. They're huge in Germany,
Oh,
huge in Russia,
no.
huge in South Korea, and those markets are going to make Twitch on top for live streaming for a very long time.
Americans are the first to go to Kick.
Maybe YouTube if they get their act together.
Ooh.
Twitch, but at least
We're
for the
just
next 5
we're
years,
just
I
assertive
don't
like
think
that.
That will happen. It'll take a little bit longer than that. It seems, however, that all these things that Kick has been doing is making Twitch a bit nervous. Now, the theory, the running
Yeah,
theory,
I would be nervous
because
too.
there was an announcement from Twitch a couple days ago, is that they announced their Partner Plus program,
Yeah.
which is reversing their decision where they slashed everybody from 70-30 down to 50-50, back to 70-30.
I think the partner
they
program's
literally
a
just
W.
Went through a PR nightmare.
I think it's a win.
To be like, just kidding, we brought it back. And now, if you are a streamer and you have 350 occurring paid subscriptions, basically tier 1 subscribers, not Prime, not gifted, 350 people who decided to give you $5 a month, they will give you a 70.
Oh, not
split
gifted?
during the
I didn't
whole
know
average
that.
consecutive months, which, by the way, is exactly how their secret contract worked before. This is
Still
my
makes
leak,
sense.
So I don't feel like I'm going to get in trouble. But they had this deal for a long time. When I first got 70-30, it was because I reached out through the partner portal because I heard through the grapevine that if you have 350 reoccurring paid subscriptions and you do it for 3 months, they'll give you 70-30. So they basically brought back the same exact thing that they had before, only difference being you are only paid up to $100,000 of extra money, which seems to be the cutoff of, I assume, profitability for Twitch. And then
Interesting.
after that, there's probably diminishing returns for streamers with 20, 30,000 subscribers, and so they don't want to pay them the millions that they might get for a 70-30 split. They want to pay them up to 100K. So that helps all the streamers who are in between like 500 and I think 3,000 subs, something like that. And then after that, you're not really going to get the bag that you might have had before. But for the most part, it is a positive step Twitch made, and I think they did it because of some of the decisions that Kick has made. I think Kick is actually making a bit of
Good. Look, this is why competition is good. This is why monopolies are bad. You want competition to pop up because we win. The consumers win.
Right? For a lot of people, they won't even consider streaming on Kick. Not just because of the association with gambling, and some people are calling it blood money, which is true to a point, but let's be honest, getting money from Amazon, is it that much better? Are we really trying to start a shit fight in capitalism land on who is more ethical? It's kind of a losing battle on all sides.
It is.
But also just because the image of who Kick allows on their website, and also who are the big faces of Kick, which to this point has been Aiden Ross, and that guy's been getting a bit unhinged.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, last week, 2 weeks ago, he was telling Hassan to kill himself, which is crazy when he is the guy on Kick. He's the face of the website.
Aiden's cringe.
He's telling someone to kill themselves.
But I think it's because
Jake Sucky, which is like, that dude is just like a Twitter journalist who posts stories and shit. It's crazy to say Jake Lucky deserves to be stoned to death on God. That's a crazy sentence, especially when you are the multi-million-dollar face and largest streamer on a website.
Oh, that's so stupid, man.
Dude,
Aiden,
really bode well for
it's like he's, I mean, his audience is a bunch of freaking 14-year-olds, so it's like, of course he's going to cater those guys.
That get headlines, like when Heel Mike got a 1-day ban for getting a blowjob on stream. Those are the type of things that I think maybe stray people away from considering Kick. And then there's obviously even worse things like Kick streamer Suspendus, who's accused of having sex in front of a child while live streaming. Which, again, these are the things that I think are currently holding Kick back, but I think are surmountable still. It's new enough, right? Kick is new.
Look, I knew Kick was like the Wild Wild West, but what? Kick streamer and content creator suspended has been called up by viewers of the community for allegedly having sex on stream with a child of his partner in the same room. No, dude. Why? Clips of the moment are circulating online. Chat, I couldn't hold out. The streamer can be heard addressing his viewers directly after the act, while the incident occurred out of frame. It has been alleged there was a minor. What the fuck, man? What is this, like? What? And then this guy, I mean, this, to me, I mean, it's not like okay, but it's like, like who cares? Like whatever. Like I don't care. But this is effed up. This is effed up. That should never happen.
Who's accused of having sex in front of a child
up.
while live streaming? Which, again, these are the things that I think are currently holding Kick back, but I think are surmountable still. It's new enough, right? Kick is new. I think people give a little bit of leeway to newer websites to form an identity and get their moderation in control. And
my question is like, how long can Kick like keep this up? Right? Like, so do we think that Kick's actually gonna stay this free for long? I feel like they're gonna end up eventually adding restrictions.
Try to fix their website. They could go down a path where they end up becoming like Rumble, where there's people who won't even touch Rumble because of the political affiliation with right-wingers. They wouldn't even dream of going on the website because even if you play Stardew Valley 24/7, just being on the website instantly connects you with a bunch of right-wingers, which probably brings an audience you might not want.
You don't want that reputation.
Playing Stardew Valley for people. So Kick has to do a good job avoiding that and keep having an infinite bag of money. And in the next 3 years, we got ourselves a very interesting streaming landscape with Twitch and Kick and YouTube again if they get their act together. Come on, YouTube. We're still in this, right? We are still in this. Being on YouTube right now it kind of feels like we're a third party in an American election, right? So Democrats, Republicans, I feel like I'm like the Green Party right now. I feel like I'm a libertarian, you know? Like we get our few percentage.
I think YouTube's gonna come out on top. And then if I were to make predictions, but I think we can get big. What I want to happen.
Come on, hit my line. I got some ideas. Anyway, that's the big update. $100 million. Holy shit, that's fucking crazy. See you later. Have a good one. I'm gonna go bring my cat to the vet. So this is a one take, Jake. Hopefully it was good. Goodbye.
What I hope happens is that they all three stay on top, right? So that they keep forcing each other to just play better and stuff like that. Let's see. Speaking of